Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan, and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. It is my solo debut. I'm here alone this week, recording from the bunker in Texas. Joe Rogan loaned out his recording studio for us. I didn't know where else to turn. I didn't have a studio available to me. Reaves, he's always here. I'm sorry, was that your wife coughing?
Was it loud?
I mean, it ruined my whole bit I was doing here.
Should I? Well, I would tell her to be quiet, but she got involved last time. So
I had a whole bit I had planned, and that just
how long were you planning on going before acting? Like you're by yourself. Are you going to go the entire time and just never introduce me?
7 minutes 45 seconds.
That'd be pretty funny if you went the entire time and just never introduced me, and I just sat here.
But
I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't sit quietly.
No, of course you can't do that. You're incapable.
Absolutely not. No.
So as you can tell,
well-behaved podcast hosts rarely make history. You know the bumper sticker.
Is that the bumper sticker?
Mm-hmm. What else would it be about? Women?
This is why he doesn't host. So Reaves is on a sabbatical. He's on a vacation right now. He went to Key West, Florida. And he'll be back next week, we hope. But you know what they say about Florida? Come to the Bay, you might enjoy your stay. So we'll see. But I'm here with
Once you go to the Keys, nobody ever leaves. Florida Keys, that is.
Where was that 30 seconds ago?
I thought you had it under control. So I'll let you.
This is the kind of stuff
you're over here
Reaves
driving the boat.
Reaves
you're
does
driving
that
the
kind
boat.
of stuff. Reaves has one of those locked and loaded, and he will cut me off to make sure that gets out on time. And that's the kind of stuff I need from a number two.
I was making space for you. I was holding space for you. Everyone's holding space these days.
If I have to hear another liberal talk about how they're holding space for a black person and they want a pat on the back, I'm going to vomit.
I just wanted a pat on the back. I wanted recognition
That's
for what I was doing.
That's what it's really about. It's about you. It's not about us.
Oh, yeah.
It's not about us.
Anything that gets done for good has to have some sort of way to benefit the person doing it.
God.
We can pretend like it doesn't, but it does.
I'm tired of pretending. If this recent picking taught me anything, I'm tired of pretending.
Weird.
The 2024 Pickathon told me anything.
People did a lot of picking.
Done pretending.
People did a lot of picking recently. Wait.
It's time to pick up the slack, if you ask me.
That's what I'm saying. Jamal, we are fresh off of Thanksgiving. Happened last week.
Hell yeah.
Something that I want to do with you.
Okay.
I've seen it everywhere. Everyone's doing this. Every
TikTok?
sports team is doing this. Yeah, they're all doing their TikTok
in your
things.
family's living room?
No, because we're going to get a fight and they get pepper sprayed. Can you believe that? They pepper sprayed kids. They're big kids, huge kids.
Well, if kids want to act like adults, they get adult responses.
They're playing a game.
If kids want to act like adults, they invite adult responses.
Fighting is like adults? Fighting is like kids.
Fighting is what adults do.
All right. Everyone's doing this. They're doing start, bench, cut.
Oh, I remember this. I hate this.
Well, we could do add foam, debone, sent home, which we haven't had to do in a while because we haven't had guests in a bit. But so
Oh
we're gonna
my
do.
God.
You remember
That
that?
still is evergreen and it still crushes.
All right, we're
Add
doing
foam,
start, bench, or
debone, or
cut.
send home.
Start,
It's
bench,
way
or
better.
cut. All
Yeah.
right. Mac and cheese, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
Mac and cheese, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'm gonna do this the only way I know how. Oh, yo, dog, you know I'm starting that mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to cut that mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna have to bench the stuffing. You feel me?
I do feel you. I do feel you. And I think mine is mostly the same, except I'm gonna bench mashed potatoes and no, I'm gonna bench stuffing and and then cut mashed potatoes.
That's the same thing I said.
I thought you
I
were
said
benching mashed potatoes.
no. Start mac and cheese, bench stuffing, cut mashed potatoes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Another one. Start, bench, cut. Mom disapproving of things that you do and bringing it up during Thanksgiving meals. Sister making some sort of crazy accusation and or announcement at Thanksgiving meals. Grandpa falling asleep in the turkey.
I'm gonna start Grandpa falling asleep in the turkey because
Gotta start Grandpa
I'd
falling asleep
love
in
to
the
see my
turkey.
grandpa again. I never met him.
Good, babe. What
I'm
better
a-
reason than to get him back here so he can fall asleep in the
Exactly.
turkey?
I'm gonna bench my mom bringing up something that never happens to me. It happens to my sister, and then I'm gonna cut my sister bringing up something inappropriate.
Okay. I think I'm going to start sister bringing up something inappropriate. You've met my sister. She's
So
wild. It'll be a good
I've
time.
met your sister, and
Yeah.
speaking of inappropriate,
Yeah.
at your wedding rehearsal.
Yes. That was the party. Wasn't rehearsal. That was the party. That was the wedding.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. Not the rehearsal. It was the wedding reception.
Yeah.
She did just this thing to me.
Announce something to you?
Brought up something inappropriate
Yeah.
about black guys.
And wasn't it fun?
For her, I think.
Yeah. So I'm starting that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for her it was fun.
I'm going to bench Grandpa falling asleep in the turkey.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to cut the other one, which I forgot what it was.
Mom.
What?
Mentioning something.
Yes, I'm cutting that one for sure because my mom does that all the time anyway, constantly doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. One more.
All
All right. You ready?
Do you have these written down?
I had the first one written down.
I look like you're reading.
I had the first one written down.
I thought you had all of them written down.
I started to write down the second one, and then I was like, I'll just do it. And I'll just do it.
Yeah, too much show prep. Yeah, I get it.
All right. Start, bench, or cut. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting down in school and listening to them tell you what about how Thanksgiving started.
Mm-hmm. And who's they?
Teachers telling you. Telling you.
Which sex are the teachers?
Probably women.
All right.
Often women.
I'll factor that in.
Another one. In college, learning how the first Thanksgiving really was.
Uh-huh.
And the last one is not having Thanksgiving at all because what it stands for is terrible. Start, bench, or cut.
I'm gonna cut not having Thanksgiving at all because I think it's a great tradition.
Okay.
I'm going to start being told what Thanksgiving was when I was a kid because I didn't believe these teachers. Tell me whatever you want. And then I'm going to bench any professor in college who I'm paying their salary telling me what Thanksgiving is and what I should be thankful for. I'm benching their ass.
Okay. I was doing the same one, but for different reasons. I was going to start teachers in school, like elementary school, telling me what Thanksgiving was about because that just feels better than what it is really about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to have, there's a lot.
But even when they told me, I was like, that can't be true.
You didn't believe it?
I was like, first of all, they sat down together. I've been at Thanksgiving. I barely want to sit with my own family. You want to sit with strangers? You've been to Friendsgiving. It's awkward.
Yeah.
It can be awkward.
I've only ever been, this is going to say a lot, only ever been in one Friendsgiving, I think. I don't have a lot of friends that invite me to givings.
Do you want me to give you some space now to address that?
That's all I got. And I was hosting it. My roommate was hosting it, so I didn't even get invited to it. I was already there.
Yikes. Yikes.
Okay, that was a fun game. Anything happen over your Thanksgiving? How was the meal? Was anything missing from your meal? Anything you wish had been there? Anything that could have been done better?
The mac and cheese, I made a mistake.
Oh
I did
no.
not. The inside layer of cheese I usually shred, and this time I
You were saying
diced.
you did like chunks.
I cut little squares because I was like, I'll just put like a middle. It'll melt. It'll be like a nice little fun surprise of white sharp cheddar and
Uh-huh.
mild yellow cheddar interlaced, like almost like latticed, like a little
Mm-hmm.
checkerboard in there.
That's fun.
And I cut them too thick, and they didn't all
Melt.
melt. And
Oh
so
no.
when I went to go do my first test, I had a long ass cheese pull dog.
Well, that's fun though.
Yeah, but the cheese pull should be starting at the top, not in the middle, and coming
Yeah.
out in a big old thick string. It shouldn't be thick at all. So I that's why I always shred it in the middle, so it always melts and combines with the Bordeaux sauce.
Is this the only one? This was a test one, or you made? This is the one you served.
This is the one I served.
Did people complain? Did people say anything?
No one complained because the next day it was put. I made it the night before. I took it
Yes.
to my mom's, and she reheated it. And by the time she reheated it, there was no cheese pulls.
Okay. So
Yeah.
no issues.
Yeah, but I also, I'm a perfectionist, so
Yeah.
I have to remake it again because I have all this excess milk, and I hate throwing stuff away. So
Give extra cheese and
gonna,
stuff too.
yeah. So I'm gonna remake it again and use up all the extra ingredients. And this time, per usual, the second version is always better than the first, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. And you know what's great about making it after Thanksgiving? Do you know what the best part is?
What was that?
I walk through the grocery store and the aisles are stuffed with
It's got
all the
everything you need.
ingredients I need.
Everyone's done using all those things.
I can just leisurely like ballet dance from aisle to aisle. Oh, look at the abundance of the sharp cheddar cheese and the medium cheese and the Gruyere. Oh, my cup overfilleth with cheese, butter, and milketh. And the pasta's all there.
The pasta's all there.
You go if you're shopping for Thanksgiving on any kind of main dish 2 days before Thanksgiving, you are doing it wrong. You need to do that shopping at least a week before.
I mean, I did it morning of, and it was mostly okay. I was getting all of the brands. Also, I was shopping where maybe they weren't selling out of mac and cheese stuff or good stuff. Maybe that's part of it. But
Oh yeah, you're in New Jersey.
I was in Virginia.
Oh, well,
Outside yeah.
You were in Southern Virginia.
I did pretty good, and I'm gonna say it. I made a pretty good one.
You didn't send a photo of it cooked.
I did.
Sent the raw. Oh, that was raw.
No, I sent two.
I missed it.
The second one had Ritz crackers on it that I didn't entirely. The
Oh,
oven was
I
being
remember,
weird.
I remember,
The
I
oven
remember.
wasn't
I see
entirely
it now, I
browning
see it
things
now.
well. I kind of almost did a really good job. I'm not gonna lie. The only issue I think is that my father-in-law bought the macaroni for me beforehand, and he bought large noodles.
Oh, my
which
dog.
ended up kind of making it like more of
huge.
a one big thing and less of
Yeah.
little noodles. It became like one big thing.
Yeah. I made that mistake before with DiCecco, which is the
Yeah.
only brand I like to make mac and cheese with. They only had the large elbow macaroni, and it makes
Yeah.
a difference, and I'll never use it again.
It does. It made it different.
The sauce.
I think I did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did a really good job. I
We've
did.
never had a mac and cheese off.
No. We're never in the
We-
same room when it
No.
comes to macaroni and cheese. And I think the universe is doing that intentionally because
Yeah.
they know that either us combining and fighting will be like Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I, of course, Superman, you Batman.
Yeah, obviously.
And the collateral damage.
World's greatest detective.
Yeah, and also I got superpowers.
Mm.
Collateral damage will be nuts.
massive
It'll
weakness.
knock out cities. Well, so does
Well,
Batman.
yeah,
You talk
that's
about his parents and he freaks out.
Well, he doesn't freak out. He doesn't get angry. He gets even. Look, we can't be in the same room because if we make mac and cheese at the same time, you ever heard of the Hadron Collider or whatever that thing they use to make black holes,
Mhm.
where they smash atoms together?
Yeah.
That's what it would be like.
I think so. And I
And
think
that
the
can't
world is
just
afraid of it.
Yeah, that can't just happen anywhere. It's
Yeah.
got to be in a secure facility if
Yes.
that's going to happen.
It'd have to be, and let's keep the Marvel thing going, in like the jail where they put the superheroes because they can't get out.
Yeah, in underneath the ocean.
Yes. Yeah. Have to be like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe in the jail in Cabin in the Woods where they keep all the scary guys.
Yeah. Here's my problem with them wanting us to do it there. The travel time. The mac and cheese is going to get cold, dog.
Yeah. And well, they keep telling us that they have the facilities there to cook it. They keep saying that we have an oven
They
there.
keep saying that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I have a KitchenAid sponsored kitchen. Do you have that there? No? Then don't talk to me about how you have
I can't. Yeah.
I'm using top of the line stuff, dog.
Yeah. I think they're afraid of what could happen. And I think it could be bad, like we're saying. It could be black hole.
Mm-hmm.
Could also be too good.
Could be too good. And then they'd say, where's Reverend Han Gary when you need him? Because he didn't bless this food. So how did he get so Christ-like?
No. And he's of course, Thanksgiving, you know where he is? Football game. Cheering for the Dallas Cowboys. Huge Dallas Cowboys fan.
Huge Cowboys fan.
Huge Cowboys fan.
I don't like the way he says boys, but he is a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. Huge Cowboys fan.
He's always like, them boys.
They are them boys.
Them boys is good. I don't like the way he talks about the Cowboys. It seems, you know.
Well, yeah.
So.
And I know.
I don't have to say it because you know.
I know. Me and the Reverend Hungary. I've never met him, surprisingly. I do know he's white, though.
I'm telling you right now, as a person who has met him and talked to him multiple times, that's a nigga. Okay.
I disagree. And I've never met him, so I don't know.
Well, I've met him. I've talked to him. He's got nigga tendencies. All right.
We all do, but that doesn't necessarily make one person that, right?
If you have 3 or more, you're
there's a threshold.
There's a threshold. Most people have 1.
Everybody's got 1.
Everyone's got 1, dog. But when you get 2 more, fuck out of here.
You got to be careful.
Fuck out of here.
You got to be careful with that.
All right.
It's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. That doesn't make any sense.
And also, hold on a second. Can we talk about this? I got the new Kendrick album, and in that song, he does say Beetlejuice. And I just want to take a moment now to say how offensive that is to the Ladybug community.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an offensive term for some time, and I think we should stop saying it. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's fun. I don't think that just because, another group of people has a slur that's used a lot doesn't mean that we should then say, well, then all of them are up for grabs,
The floodgates.
Yeah. You don't hear me saying the B word.
No, other than when you're repeating somebody like you just did.
Yeah. If someone says Beetlejuice, then I'm going to say it.
If I'm rapping along to it, I can say it. I'm just like, he said it, so I can say it. I'm just rapping along to it.
Was a nigga not supposed to say Beetlejuice? Like, come on.
Can I just not say it? I also listened to the new Kendrick Lamar album.
Yeah.
And there was a song that was happening, and I was like, this song sounds like Tupac. He's doing a Tupac. And then I learned that it was, in fact, doing a Tupac. He was just like trying to be Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
But really good. He did a good job.
I don't know if we're allowed to do that kind of copyright infringement anymore.
Him
in this
or
world
me?
of AI, I think we need to be very careful.
Yeah.
About putting stuff out that sounds like or looks like someone else.
Yeah.
Because the consumer needs to know.
Yeah, because I thought that it was Tupac at first.
Yeah, if I'm listening to a Kendrick album, then I'm listening to that song. And then I'm like, when did I start listening to Tupac? And I look down and I start fumbling on my Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And I delete it, not realizing, holy crap, I just deleted the Kendrick album. But I thought I was listening to Tupac.
I thought I was listening to the Tupac album.
How did this happen?
You basically never listen to Tupac.
Yeah. Then I got to call customer support to be like, hey, how do I re-download the Kendrick album that was free for download?
Yeah.
That I deleted.
And they don't know it. They're not helpful.
They have no clue.
They say, who?
Hey, so then they say, Beetlejuice, please get off my phone.
I don't like people playing on my phone.
All right, let's do a segment called Chefs I Prepared for You. This
You
is
went 20 minutes. Are you surprised you went 20 minutes in the opening? I'm surprised that you went this long.
Well, I had a 7-minute bit that got cut short, so then I had to improvise.
Okay.
Chefs I Prepared for You is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night and present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner and we will pick the winner, and Reaves also gets to pick.
So you won't know the winner because he's not here. Oh, he did
Well,
already. He mailed it
sent
in.
me his pick.
He mailed
and I
in
will
his
open
pick.
it live on
Okay.
the podcast.
Okay. Mail-in picking.
Chefs I Prepared for You: baked mac and cheese, whipped sweet potatoes, turkey, and kale. What's up?
Leftovers plate.
Leftovers, dog. What's up?
Gotta do leftover plate.
That's right.
We're coming off Thanksgiving, folks. It's gonna be leftover plate.
That's right. You know how Beetlejuice does.
Did your baked mac and cheese survive reheating, fridge and reheating? Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gets too dry.
Well, yes, because your boy's smart, and I purposely undercooked it. I think that's why I had a cheese pull. Because I purposely knew it was going to be cooked again.
Yeah.
So I didn't cook it as fully as I would have if I was cooking it to serve at home. And I think that may be why I had a cheese pull.
And this kale, was this part of Thanksgiving or you added that because you needed some roughage?
No, I had kale here.
You just added that to your plate.
I added that, dog.
Is that a party foul?
Why?
To add something to your Thanksgiving reheat plate?
Only if it takes away from the plate.
But I feel like it's kind of cheating. You're supposed to be eating stuff that's just from Thanksgiving.
Well, I added the kale. I did it, and it was fabulous. So
the whipped sweet potatoes, those were Thanksgiving also.
Thanksgiving.
And were there marshmallows on this?
Nope.
Okay. Was there sugar added to it, or was it just whipped sweet potatoes?
There's definitely sugar added to it.
Okay.
I didn't make it because if I did, wouldn't be that much sugar added to it.
Was it canned sweet potatoes?
Yep, Bruce's.
Yeah, it's got to be Bruce's, baby. Is there another brand of canned sweet potatoes?
She had 2 cans. My mom got 2 cans sitting on the top of the fridge. I walked by and said, "What's up, Bruce? Bruce?"
Those cans are so big. Rest in peace. Those cans are so big. Rest in power, Bruce. Bruce. Those cans are so big.
Mm-hmm.
You never seen a bigger can than you look at a Bruce sweet potato can.
There's something about the apocalypse that if I was gonna be in the apocalypse and I went to a storage, I'd want to see those cans in there.
Oh, if it's the end of the world and I'm going in someone's bunker and there's not 4 or 5 big cans of Bruce's on the shelf, I'm walking outside.
I'm like, you're not prepared to survive, sir.
I'm gonna take my bets with the nuclear fallout out there.
I'm gonna leave my kids here, but I'm leaving.
I'm going outside and I'm gonna fight those big huge freaks from Fallout the game.
Yeah. And you stay here with the no Bruce's sweet potatoes.
You have fun without Bruce. I, for one, can't live this way.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where they're from. Thanksgiving staple for Black people.
Last night, I prepared for you. Also, reheat plate, macaroni and cheese, green bean casserole, stuffing. Here's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little piece of bread, 2 pieces of bread. Thanksgiving sandwich. Mm-hmm. And on that bad boy, you toast it? No, but I should have. Yeah. I don't have a toaster, and I don't have time to put it in the oven.
You have an oven. A broiler takes 30 seconds, dog.
We went to a hockey game, and we got home, and I was like, I gotta have something. I'm gonna do a plate.
30 seconds.
I used
to toast bagels in the morning. I don't have a toaster. It's 30 seconds, dog.
I didn't have time. I had to go. That sandwich had mayonnaise on it. It had cranberry.
Mayonnaise with no toast? That's a soggy sandwich.
It was a little wet. Was it with the cranberry too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the turkey, then the stuffing. Bam, sandwich.
Turkey stuffing wet?
Yeah, turkey stuffing wet. Yeah, which is not, a lot of people say it's hard to find. It's easy around here. All my turkey stuff is wet. And only half of it, I made a big plate. Made plate too big. I put a lot of stuff on there.
If it's what you wanted, it was just right.
Yeah, only half of it though. I felt a little disappointed in myself. Only half the sandwich, but it was good. My mac and cheese also held up. I really loaded that bad boy with cheese.
Yeah,
more than I ever do when I made it. Yeah. I did like the little thin rectangle of the Cracker Barrel. Not Cracker Barrel. Is it Cracker Barrel cheese?
Yep.
One of those. One whole thing of the Vermont white.
The
One
ones
whole
that
thing
are
of the
already cut, or the
No.
ones you cut?
shaved all
shredded.
of them.
Nice.
Vermont white cheddar. The spicy cheddar. The
Spicy cheddar.
sharp. The medium
okay.
sharp cheddar.
Okay.
And then
Did
they
you have a
didn't
white?
have. Well, I also put mozzarella in there. The Vermont white.
Vermont white.
And then I put mozzarella in there.
The extra sharp white.
Yes. And then I got. They didn't have the medium of the Cracker Barrel brand, so I had to get like the store brand of the mild cheddar. All that. It was cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. I did a good job. I think you were right with the mozzarella because I don't usually do that. And I did that this time. And it kicked. It was good.
It balances it out, doesn't it?
It was solid. All right, let's see who did Reaves pick. Open that envelope.
Okay, hold on a second. In the 2024 pick of the December edition of the podcast, Reaves decided to pick Bryan.
Wow.
Interesting.
Unexpected. Unexpected. All right. Well, that's gonna. Maybe we should have had him open last because now it's.
Yeah, because now
it
it's
might
tainted.
sway our pick.
Yeah, it's tainted.
All right. Who are you gonna pick? You can't pick yourself.
I'm gonna pick Reaves.
Okay, I was worried about that. I thought I might get a win. I was like, well, he's got to pick me. And then as soon as I was like, you can't pick yourself, I was like, I'm gonna pick Reaves. Well, then I'm gonna pick Jamal, and we got a 3-way tie again. And when everyone's even, it's like a big party. Might even say a dinner party. And maybe you don't want to be late for it. You might even say,
okay, don't be tardy for the dinner party. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Punch up. Season 9, Episode 5 of Top Chef. Don't be tardy for the dinner party. And please pack your bags because we're going to Dallas.
Oh, God. Nobody wants to go to Dallas.
Pack your bags. We going to Dallas, sugar.
Padma says we're going to Dallas, and everyone's like, you fucking kidding me.
It was almost like telling I can't say this. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Everyone imagine what Jamal was going to say. We will give you 5 seconds. Imagine it.
Had something to do with swimming.
2, 3,
4,
5. There you go. Hope you guys thought something funny.
Let's play this clip of the car banter on the ride to Dallas. This is the kind of banter that I would get into.
I wrote weird.
Yeah.
Weird talking van.
You can't say this on TV anymore.
In baking class?
I was 70 pounds heavier about 3 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Like big, buff?
No, like fat.
Chefworks catalog came and did a photo shoot at our restaurant. Seeing that go out to millions of people and having friends call me and say, hey, looking good in that magazine, fatty, that led to losing 70 pounds in a little under 2 years.
So you can't say that on TV anymore.
You can't.
And you can't call your friends and do that anymore.
You can't. But this is a win for shaming. This is a win for bullying.
Because he looked great.
He looks fantastic.
Yeah, he looks great.
You shouldn't bully or shame, but also maybe you should because it works.
I did, after the first time I heard this, I did ask, did you call your friends back after 2 years and say thank you?
Did you send them thank you cards?
Because a lot of friends would just pretend like you weren't.
Yeah. They would just
nothing.
they would say, no, you look fine. You've gained weight.
I didn't even notice. But they love you so much that they are willing to risk their friendship with you to tell you the truth. Did you call and say thank you?
Yeah. Did you say thank you for being honest with me, for being open and honest?
Because those are friends for life, dog.
Looking good in that picture, fatty. Great.
All the people in my life who said that to me, I'm still friends with.
It gets the job done.
Yeah. So.
Another point I want to make to this. When Chris says, I used to be 70 pounds heavier, and someone says, like buff, you thought motherfucker had 70 pounds of muscle on him and he lost it? And he lost it?
I that also was me being like, what? That
you
doesn't
thought
even
he
make
was
sense.
70 pounds of muscle and he just lost it.
And also, yeah, Like, what could have happened catastrophically that he would have lost 70
Coma
pounds
for
of
3
muscle?
years?
Yeah, like
Coma for 3 years? Comatose? Can't move?
people sometimes, you know,
I
they
know
just
it comes
listen.
off fast. It comes off faster than you can build it for sure.
Yeah.
But like that fast?
No. So people just listen to have a response. They don't listen to understand.
No
you
one's
know?
listening. And
This
I
is the
think maybe he
problem.
thought it would be rude to say like, "Oh, like you were real fat."
Yeah.
Again, we've learned that's helpful.
But also he's not really friends with him, you know, so you can't say that.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, I thought that car banter back in 2011 was acceptable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you just can't do it anymore on TV. You should still do it to your friends though.
Call your friends fat.
but-
Everyone, if there's one takeaway from this episode, if you have a fat friend, pick up the phone right now, call them, and say, "Hey, fatty."
You're looking
They'll
good.
thank you. They'll thank
Looking
you
good
later.
in those pictures on your social media.
Say, I saw
say
your
that.
post on Instagram, looking good, comma, wait
Fatty.
a second. Let them take in the compliment,
Yeah.
and then go, fatty.
Fucking destroy him after that.
And then
pause.
they'll feel bad, and it'll be awkward for a bit. But when they call you back in 2
When
years,
they
and
call
they
you
thank
back
you,
in 2 years and thank you.
and they thank you, and they say, "I was so close to death. I was 70 pounds. I had 1 foot in the biggest grave you ever seen, Doug. I had 1 foot in it."
They'll call you.
People
and say,
people thought they were building an underground parking lot. No, that's my grave.
that was my grave.
It was gonna be
People
huge.
people thought they were putting in new condos. No, that was my grave.
People thought they were breaking ground on new condos. No. That was my grave.
Was my grave.
It took 40 grave diggers, and 3 of them died during it.
People walked by and they said, "Is this an exhibit for the Grand Canyon?" No, that's my new grave.
Yeah, people walked by and they said, "Wow, if I fall in this, will I ever touch the bottom?"
People walked by and said, "Oh my God, a sinkhole.
Yeah.
Watch out." And I said, No, that's just my grave.
People walked by and they said, "Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put everything I can possibly find in it because this hole's that big and can hold everything." Someone walked by and said, "Is that for a really fat person?" I said, "Yes, you nailed it. That person got it. One person got it. Nobody else got it. That person got it." Good. I said, "Yeah, you nailed it. No one else got it. You got it. Good job."
So we were having fun in the beginning of the episode, right? In the back of the car. But let me tell you
And
something.
like most things that happen in this world, when you're having fun in a car,
Cops showed up.
Now, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was eating while watching this episode. And when they said I saw the cops, I instinctively put my hands up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was mid chewing.
You dropped your fork because you don't want them to think that it's a weapon.
Yeah.
You said, "I have a fork." You put it out the window. I have a fork.
And I heard through the TV, "What's that?"
Yeah. He's got a fork.
He's got a spork. So the cops showed up and pulled him over, and like every other video I've seen of white women getting pulled over, a lot of sass given back and no shots fired.
Yeah, everyone's pretty calm for what's happening.
I don't understand. What is this? Why are you allowed to have a dialogue if you're a white woman with the police? But if I have a dialogue, I'm talking back. I'm getting mouthy and uppity. What is this?
I'm resisting arrest.
I'm resisting all of a sudden. How come you have a dialogue with her? You want to have a dialogue with me? Talk to me, dog.
And just so people know, this is a black cop. We're not being racist.
Cop.
It's a black
We're
cop.
not being racist. If anything, he's being racist.
Yes.
They get pulled over, and then they look to the left, look to the right, and they see who but Padma standing.
He says, "Go drive in the mud over there." Everyone take your cars and drive them in this mud.
No, he doesn't say cars. He says, take your Toyota Siennas and drive that way.
Yes, everyone take your beautiful Toyota Siennas.
Your beautiful Toyota Siennas.
Wonderful, spacious Toyota Siennas.
A car that my dad called the Enterprise when he owned it.
Because it was big?
No, because he's a Star Trek nerd.
Because he's a nerd?
He bought it, yeah. And he called it the Enterprise.
Fucking nerd.
Maroon and gray.
And yeah, you're right. Oops, there's Padma and some guy they don't know, and there's tables there.
Yeah. And so they're like, "Oh God, what could possibly be happening here?" And it's like, yo, you've been on this show. You know it's Quickfire. Shut up.
You know what's happening.
You know what's about to happen.
Also, when you pulled up to this cop and you saw the cameras there with the cop, you didn't think that maybe this was going to be a Quickfire challenge. You thought, "Oh no, we're in trouble."
Another sobriety checkpoint. Yeah. Another sobriety checkpoint.
And they're filming it because this is actually, maybe you thought it was cops. Maybe you thought you were going to be on cops.
Yeah. Bad boys, bad boys. What
I think they stopped filming cops decades ago. They just show old episodes still.
Yeah. Well, because now they don't chase anyone. They just shoot you.
Yeah. There's
They
no fun in that.
literally don't chase anyone anymore. Which is why
Well, they can't run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've allowed anyone to be a cop now. So
Yeah.
most of them can't run. They have no
Well,
cardio.
thank God some people are answering the call though.
I think the wrong people are picking up the phone.
I think they're calling the wrong people.
Yeah, I think they're calling the wrong people.
There's some people are calling or answering. Just
Unplug your phone.
let it ring.
Yeah,
You don't need that
to pick
call.
up.
Check the
thinking you need
voicemail.
stop thinking you need to pick up every call. Let it go.
No, let him go.
If you get a call from a number that you don't recognize, don't be like, "I'm going to be a hero today."
No, don't answer it. It's probably you
Don't
becoming a cop.
Yeah.
I never answer unknown call because I don't want to be a cop.
I got a call the other day that said public service, and it was a woman saying, "Hey, I'm calling from the police department in DC." I said, "I knew it.
I knew it. You almost got
I
me.
knew it. You almost got me.
me.
You almost got me. But I'm not gonna take the test.
No. Nope. Bye.
And I'm not returning this uniform." So the chefs had to prepare dishes using only the ingredients provided in backpack survival kits.
A bunch of garbage.
And
It's
the
trash.
winner received immunity and a 5,000 cash prize. What could be in backpack survival kits, you ask? Well, things like canned tuna, canned green beans, canned corn, canned Vienna sausage, that kind of stuff. Canned trout, but all the stuff that's non-perishable stuff. And they had to make a good meal using only those ingredients. And then I love this because when they said go, Chris J sprints to the cornfield.
So this guy says, I'm smarter than this. I'm smarter than the quickfire challenge. You told me I have to use whatever's out here.
And there's
what's out here?
right there.
Cornfield's right there.
Fresh cornfield.
I'll see you suckers later. Ran into the cornfield.
And my thought immediately was, I thought he was leaving the show.
I would think so too.
He was running like he wanted to get away from the show.
Yeah. Well, they were gonna shoot him. I saw they had people stationed in big up there and the things.
Big tower.
And he took a break for it. And oh, he's running. And they put a spotlight on him. They shot a warning shot. They did fire a warning shot.
Thank you for the warning shot.
And then they saw him with the corn, oh, okay.
So, he ran, got the corn. Here's the thing about doing a move like that. If you're gonna try and get corn incorporated and make a big move like running, it's got to pay off.
And it did not.
You have to do very well then after you do that. Because first of all, he booked it and booked it back. So he's tired now.
Yes.
He ran an 80-yard dash.
Spent a lot of it running to corn.
You ran an 80-yard dash to get corn and come back, and it wasn't. And it was good.
Dry. You said.
Yeah. So they're cooking in an open field, basically, like the plowed version of the cornfield, where there's nothing around.
There used to be corn there.
I mean, it is what it is. They're cooking awful dishes. It's almost like that gas station challenge.
It's the same thing, basically.
But outside. In the wilderness. And, we don't have to get too deep into it, but Lindsay wins with her dish made of tuna. Listen.
John, let's hear some favorites.
Edward, I thought the attention to detail on your dish was really commendable. The nori wrapped crab cakes, wonderful. Thai peanut soup, whole thing worked together. Thank you. Lindsay, when I first saw your dish, it scared me. I dove in, the sandwich especially, sent it over the top.
Thank you.
Chewy, I've never had canned smoked trout before, and you made me a believer. Thank you.
John, tell us the winner of the quickfire.
For me, it's all about the chef that really understood resourcefulness and inventiveness. And it was really embodied in one dish today, and the chef that made that dish was Lindsay.
That had to have been one hell of a sandwich because
That's Ed Lee being salty.
Being real salty.
Salty that he didn't think of making a saltine sandwich.
Yeah, club crackers and Vienna sausages.
She essentially made the equivalent of campfire scallops in a white wine sauce with like a little nosh in between.
Yeah, she really brought it. Ed, I get, is he salty? He also pulled his back out while cooking. I get he's probably upset. He hurt his back.
Yeah, well, stretch next time.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Dog.
Getting old's bad. The other day, I pulled a muscle in my neck when I was toweling off my hair. True story, that happened.
That's what you told your doctor, at least.
Well, yeah, of course, it was my wife who beat me, was what it really was. Chewy makes dirty mouth dirty rice. I don't know why he calls it that.
Chewy did a lot of decisions in the past couple of weeks that I'm like, can we send him home just for saying shit?
He probably should have, yeah.
Like, he's been annoying for a couple of different reasons.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't need a snazzy name. In fact, if you keep coming up with snazzy names, but your food is not backing up the names, you might have your priorities backwards, dog.
You might get sent home.
You might get sent home.
Guess what? Time to go to your hotel, but first you have to go meet a bunch of idiots.
So let's listen to what the elimination challenge was.
This elimination challenge takes place in Highland Park, one of the most exclusive residential areas in Dallas. 3 neighbors are having a progressive dinner party in their homes tomorrow night, and you're responsible for the food.
Progressive dinner is where friends that live in houses close to each other have an appetizer in one house, an entree in another house, and then finish up with dessert in the last house.
People in the South.
So what this comes down to is they're going to cook dinner for a bunch of rich, boring white people.
I've never been to a dinner like this, but my best friend lives in Texas, and she's been to dinners like this where they.
Is she boring and white?
No, she's one of those though, and I'll let you pick which one.
Boring.
I just said no to that.
You said no to one of them.
I said no to her being boring.
One of the most exclusive places.
Hold on, you're talking about my best friend there, okay? So don't call her boring, because she's not boring.
All right, she's white.
Thank you.
Which is worse.
Okay.
Personally, I'd rather be boring than white. These days, with as much as people are coming after me, soon, January, it'll be good to be me again. Until then, it's been hard the last 4 years.
Well, you made your pick known.
Tyler's cool with this. He's cooked for Bill Gates and other rock stars, he says.
Yeah. Classic rock star list. Whenever I'm talking to like people I know who are in the industry, I'm like, yeah, I know Bill Gates and other like top tier people, dog.
Yeah, I know all sorts of rock stars like Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Guy who owns the Clippers.
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah. Hey, do you like high divers? Yeah, I know high divers like Bill Gates and other high divers.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. They got to go to these houses and they got to talk to these boring white couples about what they're into.
Oh my goodness.
The first ladies, the first husband says, something you might not know about my wife. I'm like, dude, we just fucking met your wife.
We just met you. I don't know. Not a damn thing about
I don't know shit about you. Could tell me anything and it's new to me.
Yeah. Also, why did you have your book sprayed out? Like, we're going to go through your books and be impressed.
These people sucked so much.
Let's give the audience a clip of how much they sucked.
I have a lot of foods that I don't like. Okay. I really, really don't like bell peppers. I'm not a big cilantro fan. I don't want to give them any food that will make them feel self-conscious about their breath.
Or that it gets stuck in your teeth.
I hate when things get stuck in my teeth.
I think it's important to have things that are easy to eat.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's just run this through, right? I hate bell peppers. You have no palate, right? Right then and there. I don't want things that make people feel self-conscious about their breath. All food leaves something in your breath.
Unless you're eating flowers.
Yeah. I can understand you not liking cilantro. That's a thing for people, right?
I don't like cilantro. It's okay. Right? It's okay.
But I don't want things that get stuck in my teeth. Well, unless you're not eating with your teeth.
Yeah. Just drink it then, idiot.
Yeah. Think things might get stuck in your teeth.
Just swallow it down your gullet, you moron. Don't chew it.
Typical Texas husband has to have the last word and offer nothing. I just want us to have things that are easy to eat.
Can they just be easy to eat, please?
What is the stuff you're eating that's difficult, sir?
Like a taco. Just hard to eat.
What is the stuff you're eating?
Look at my wife. She's petite. Her got no muscle on her arms. Nothing she's got to lift up. A burrito's out of the question. Too heavy.
Something easy.
Anything heavy. Something soup, maybe. Soup with a straw.
Yeah, not a heavy spoon.
It better not be a bisque. It needs to be watery soup.
Chicken noodle. That's as
Chicken
thick
noodle.
as you can go.
Really cook the noodles down so that I can mush them.
I want them to be glass noodles.
I don't want to have to chew a noodle. Look at my wife.
I want a noodle that if I leave it in the broth long enough, it will disintegrate.
It becomes broth. I want you to make chicken noodle soup so soft that I let it sit for 2 minutes and it's just all broth.
If you can't do that,
what
you're
I
not
mean
a
by
top chef.
simple. Yeah, any top chef could do this.
I've had this at a dinner party before, so don't tell me it can't be done.
I've had it at a key party before.
So nobody.
Then the third
cilantro.
guy. Then some funny thing is Tyler says that his house smells like money, which is different than what his apartment in Brooklyn smells like. Which if it's like my apartment in Brooklyn, it smells like 2 dogs and me and my wife.
Mm-hmm. I've smelt that.
It's very you know what that smells like. Third
It's very
house.
cultured.
Third house. The guy says, "All right, look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a gummy bear addict. I got a gummy bear addiction."
Mm-hmm.
Which is big of him to admit on live television, and that helps out a lot of other addicts who might think I'm an addict. I'll never get to be rich, white, and boring. No, you could do it too.
I used to think I was the only person who was going to the movie theater, seeing that gummy bag for $10. They start scratching and itching.
Mm-hmm. I sold my mom's TV to get that gummy bear bag from the $10 gummy bear bag.
Thinking about how am I supposed to get through this movie? When now all I'm thinking about is this bag of gummy bears, this crack cocaine.
And maybe you're thinking, Bryan, Jamal, did you try the Chris Rock bit when you wanted to maybe get one gummy bear? Yes, we've all tried the Chris Rock bit.
Oh my God, we've all done the Chris Rock.
How much for just one gummy bear? We've all done it.
I don't need all the gummy bears. I just want one gummy bear.
$10. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. How much to smell the gummy bears?
Does it cost to smell them?
What if I just Kringle the wrapper in the movie?
Can I sniff it?
What if I just tell you I ate a gummy bear? What if you just give me the good news? We've all tried that. It doesn't work anymore.
We've all done it.
It didn't work for him. He never got what he wanted in those those sketches.
Yeah, that's why he did the Beetlejuice bit.
Yeah, he had to keep doing it. There's ladybugs, then there's Beetlejuices.
And there's a difference. So yeah, we go to all the houses. They go shopping, blah blah blah. Then they return back to the kitchens to cook. And these kitchens, I didn't really take note of it when they were just standing there talking. But when they start cooking, I'm like, these kitchens are bigger than some actual kitchens in restaurants.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're rich people in Dallas.
They're huge.
Everything's
kitchens.
bigger in Texas, including the kitchens.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough space for like 3 people to walk shoulder to shoulder around these kitchens.
These are 4 people in here cooking in each of these kitchens, and it's fine.
They all have their own space.
The only issue, of course, is Beverly using the sink.
Yeah, Beverly's using the sink as if it's her own sink. But other than
she won't stop using the sink.
And then she doesn't like that Naisha called her out for using the sink.
Don't call me out for using the sink. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's what she said. Don't call me out for things that are happening in front of you.
Chris, the other Chris, not the fat Chris.
Chris J.
Chris, the not used to be fat Chris. A little fat now, Chris, but not the used to be fat Chris. Says, I got a good idea. I'm going to make food that looks like a cigar. Because I saw a cigar lighter in your house. So I'm going to make the grossest looking food you've ever seen in your entire life.
It's like almost like a video game rendering of food that wasn't colored in at all.
Yeah.
And it's like left in the corner. And like he was super proud about talking about it. I was like, why would you people eat with their eyes, man? So now it looks like they're eating a cigarette, basically. Like a big fat Cuban.
It's almost like he was in a separate room from everyone else. And they all brought their shit together and he was like, wait, y'all didn't do weird looking shit?
You guys not doing abstract shit?
No, wait, you just did like that's a scallop. Oh, shit, they just did a scallop? Damn it.
Your food looks oddly normal.
Oh, man. They're like, what? What'd you do? I made a cigar.
I made a damn cigar.
I
put the chicken wrapped in a collard green.
It's wrapped in collard green, and I did little crumblies for the ashes.
For the spice. What was I thinking?
But you know what? I gotta win this. I think this is a win.
This is the win.
He was like, it's win or go home is what he said. And he got neither, so
So they have some dinner talk. The guests don't really like his cigar. Even when he comes out and says it's a healthy cigar, they all make a look. They all give the same look I've gotten at a lot of houses when people are like, "This is my boyfriend Jamal."
He's a healthy one.
Yeah, he's not like the others.
I saw that do-rag in your kitchen. I thought you'd like this.
So this is also a moment where we get Tom's joke of the week. Let's listen.
Would you serve those dishes at your normal dinner parties?
I definitely would. I think some of them were fantastic, and others, maybe needed a little bit of work. So close, but no cigar.
We'll try.
Okay, that shit fucking crushed.
How does that crush?
Sometimes, look, let's just say it. Every now and then, when we pick a Tom joke of the week, it's kind of done in jest.
Yeah,
maybe it's not that. Maybe we think it's not that funny.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just kind of joking at Tom's expense. This shit fucking kills.
Crush. I'll be honest with you. 100% of the time when I pick it before this, it's been in jest.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one time I picked it, and it's actually correct. It was his joke of the week.
Yeah, out of the park.
Out of the park.
Home run.
And then Tom smartly said, "And I'm retiring now. I'm not going to say another joke for the rest of the episode."
No, he walked out of the room after that one. He was like, and then everyone was like, "I put that up. I would put that up against there's little like ladybugs, and Beetlejuices. That's how good that bit was."
That one setup punchline. That was, I mean, you could do an hour on that.
Yeah, so now it's like ladybugs and Beetlejuices, Carlin 7 words you can't say on TV, and then Tom's cigar joke are like that's
it's like
maybe Gang Coke's first record. I'll put that up there too.
Yeah, do you want to see how comedy's done? You watch those albums.
Study the greats.
You put
Carlin,
Tom,
Pryor,
Colicchio. That's the episode title.
Cooks. Tom, what?
What's that? Those shirts that say so and so and so and so and so and so? It should be Carlin and Pryor and
the white
Colicchio. Should have Tom's name on there.
I do want to point out one thing.
Go ahead.
To talk about really quick is that I forget her name. Victoria? That's not her name. I don't know. She makes a Reese's peanut butter cup bread pudding, which sounds fucking good.
Does sound
Give me
good.
that. She also makes a shot glass out of dates, so they can eat the shot glass. I'm sorry. If you want someone to eat a shot glass,
no, Dakota makes the bread.
Dakota, yes. If you want someone to eat a shot glass, just tell them to eat glass, baby. Like, don't make an edible glass. Yeah. All shot glasses are edible. It's just some of them hurt more than others.
Yeah. If you swallow a shot glass whole, it'll probably stay intact.
That's eating. And it won't get stuck in your teeth either.
Might get stuck somewhere else. But...
swallow that shot glass down.
You know what the great thing is? If you swallow it the right way, if it does get stuck, you just drink, and then it fills up and gets heavy and falls down into your stomach.
Yeah. So drink it, swallow it the right way. That's the one thing. Make sure you swallow it the right way. And you're like, there's no wrong way to swallow a shot glass.
Oh, yes, shut up. Yes, there is.
There is. There was a fun moment when they're all talking about the food, when they're talking about this beets thing, and the judges hate it, and one of the normos goes, "Oh, I kind of like it," and they give this fucking look like this person is the dumbest person they've ever met in their entire life. They were like, okay, this idiot likes the beets. What a fucking moron!
Shut up! This is our show.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
On TV right now.
Did you say you liked the beats? Okay, this fucking moron likes the beats. Okay, leave it to me, you uninspired palate over here. Oh, when they're eating the desserts, one of the boring white guy hosts does say, "I challenge them to channel their inner fat kid."
Here we go with this again.
More of this.
I thought we had finished this, guys.
We did this bit like 45 minutes ago.
Like, I thought we were done with this.
We just did it a little bit ago.
Were you not in the Toyota Sienna with the rest of us?
Did you miss that part? We're done talking about fat people.
Also, that's supposed to be reserved for your friends. The chefs aren't your friends.
These people, yeah.
Tom C is not your friend.
No, he wants to be your friend, but he's not. He's not your friend.
Canada Gale is not your friend.
Canada Gale's no one's friend.
Except for the other girl who's from Canada.
The girls from Canada love Gail.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone eat Dakota's shot glass? You don't see anyone eating the shot glass.
I didn't. I don't know if I saw someone take a shot either.
No, I don't think anyone drank the milkshake.
I'll be honest with you. If she gives me this thing and says it's edible, I'm eating the whole thing. I'm not even taking a shot. I'm
eating it together like a soup dumpling.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let it spill everywhere if it does. I don't care.
And I'm gonna swallow it the right way.
The right way. Bottom up.
Bottom up.
So Chris made strawberry cupcake and banana cream and chocolate ice cream and a bunch of other stuff, and he's told that it's a kid's party plate at the judge's table.
Yeah.
Ed made cardamom panna cotta, and Grayson made a chocolate sponge cake. Almost
one of the
all
ladies says it's too jiggly. She says it's jiggly.
Like,
that's what that is.
That's what a panna cotta
That's what panna cotta is.
So
that's what it's supposed to do. It's kind of supposed to be jiggly.
Get me out of these people's houses.
I'm so sick of
There's lots of banana flavors in these desserts. Like almost every dessert had banana. So I don't know if someone said that they like banana and we missed that or they didn't talk about it. But go to judge's table. Grayson, Paul, Sarah, Dakota. That's your top 4 this week, dog.
They're the best.
They're your top 4. And guess who wins? None other than Paul. Paul wins with his illustrious fried Brussels sprouts with grilled prosciutto. Now, understand something. A Brussels sprout done right, that's a good meal, dog.
Yeah.
I love I'll never forget the Brussels sprouts I had in the Bahamas at the resort, the Atlantis Resort. They did a Brussels sprouts with a maple glaze and shaved Parmesan on top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still recreating that shit at home.
Well, yeah,
I bought syrup just to recreate that. That's how.
Well, you probably wanted to stay there because they say once you go to Miami, you don't want to ever flee. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other one was better with the keys.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it never leaves. That was pretty good.
Leaves. Yeah. So
once you go to Disney,
you move to Brisbane, Arizona.
Yeah, that works.
Both Chris's, Tyler and Chewy are in the bottom, and Tom goes after Chris's mess of a dish, like we said, with all the kids' desserts on there in one plate instead of just doing one dessert. Tyler gets grilled for his dish presentation and his lack of knife skills in cutting and presenting the chop. And
they hit Tyler with one of my favorite things where they go, Tyler, were you satisfied with what you served to us?
Yeah, that's a no. Whenever someone asks you that on this show, it's no. I was not. I shouldn't have done it. You're right. End of discussion. Just take the lumps and move on. Chewy used a dish from his restaurant, which then we get a quick cut to Padma making a face like, oh my God, why'd you do that?
It's salmon and goat cheese.
It's salmon and goat cheese. And then Padma
makes a face. It's supposed to be a bagel and lox. And Gal goes, yeah, I know that was a bagel and lox. I got it.
But it didn't work. And then Tom was like, well, if it needs the cheese to be cooked that way in order for the dish to work, maybe it's not a good dish, dog. And Chewy makes a face of like, damn, I never thought about it like that.
How does he cook it in his thing, though? Like, what happens there? He never says like, oh, in the restaurant, it does X, Y, Z.
I have no idea what he does.
What's the correct version of this?
He probably doesn't cook it, let's be honest. These owners.
Yeah.
These owners of restaurants, they ain't be cooking that back there.
Yeah.
They find some chef to run the restaurant and they collect their check. Can we talk about what's happening in the restaurant industry? We talking about it? Chris J gets grilled for his cigar gimmick with the collard greens and was told to focus on good food. Yeah, Chris, this is a good food competition.
I don't know how Chris J survives this.
Because Chewy.
This seemed like an easy go home with a cigar.
I think they wanted to get rid of Chewy last week. And this is a makeup.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So let's listen to Chewy's goodbye.
Chewy, please pack your knives and go.
See you in Chicago.
Nobody likes losing, especially since I was on the winning side of 2 challenges.
Thanks, guys.
I would have wanted to see myself go further. I was having fun, but one thing that you really mess up can send you home.
In the end, it was the overcooked salmon in a dish that wasn't thought through that sent Chewy home.
It's shocking that they say that about the dish because this is a dish in his restaurant at the time. So it's like, it's getting. If you're gonna put a dish from your restaurant on the show, it should be good.
Yes. Or maybe
Like,
if you messed it up, but it
yeah.
seems like it didn't work either way.
Yeah.
I love so much. In the end, it was the overcooked salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, duh. You're not giving us any insight. We just heard you guys talk about that like 30 seconds ago.
You know who wasn't worried at all this entire challenge? Beverly, because she made scallops. You make a scallop.
This
unless
isn't the top of scallop.
Yeah.
But it kind of is.
If you have to fuck up a scallop completely.
You got to do what like Dale did his first season.
Yeah.
And put it in butterscotch.
Yeah. And make it so that people don't want to have a scallop ever again.
You don't. This is not the top of scallop.
So
but if it was, we'd all win.
Especially Jamie. So Chewy's gone home. And Reaves will be back next week to tell us where they are now.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We don't do that here. That's not our job.
So that's it. That's season 9, episode 5. Don't be tardy for the dinner party. Next up, episode 6, and I don't know the title.
I'm sure
to
it's
it.
some stupid pun.
Yeah, something like that. Until next time, we're gonna pack our knives and go.
Adios.
This is fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.